This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to the series of videos on pattern programming. In the last video, we practiced another 3 patterns. I think almost 15 patterns we covered, either 15 or 14, almost 15 patterns we covered. Now this is our part 5 in the series of videos. Now entirely different pattern it was. You need to concentrate a bit more to understand this. How many rows? Can anyone tell me how many rows? If I give n value 5, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5. 5 rows we have to print. So let me take Python IDLE, select a new file, pattern 16. Let us take n value, eval, input, enter a value for n. Enter a value for n. How many rows? For row in, instead of I am using row. For I in range 1 comma n plus 1 rows from first row to nth row. From first row to nth row. In every row, if n value is 5, it is row 1. Am I correct? It is row 1. In row 1, how many columns? 5 columns. In row 2, how many columns? 5 columns. In row 3 also 5 columns. Irrespective of the row number, in every row, how many columns we are printing? N columns. So I can take in every row per column in range 1 comma n plus 1. So irrespective of a row number, whether it is a row 1 or row 2 or row 3, irrespective of the row number, we are printing n columns. Now if you observe very carefully what we are printing, what this value is representing, if anybody will ask what is this 1, it is representing in this row which column it was, first column. It is a row 1. If anybody will ask me what is this value is going to represent, in this row this is second column, in this row this is third column, in this row this is a fourth column, in this row this is fifth column. So in every row what we are printing? Column value we are printing. What we are printing? Column value. So print, we are printing column value. If you observe that print statement by default, it will transfer the cursor to the next line. In this line, once if you print all column values, you should print all of them in the same line. So for that reason, end parameter equals to double quotes open, double quotes. That means in row 1, can you please print column 1? Can you please print second column value? Can you please print third column value? All the values you have to print in the same line. Sir, once this row got completed, you should print the next row in the next line. This column, if this for loop is over, all the columns in that row is completed. So it is going to be used to handle number of rows. It is going to be used to handle columns. If the for loop is completed, what does it mean? In that row, total columns got printed. Then while moving to the next row, we need to transfer the cursor to the next line. Sir, can I use the print without any argument? Why not? You can use happily. Print without any argument will transfer the cursor to the next line. So pattern 16. So py pattern 16.py input is not defined. So it is the mistake, spelling mistake. So pattern 16, 5. Understood everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the next one, boss. So instead of number, this time I am printing alphabet, but it is not uppercase, lowercase. Same only. We are interested to print alphabet. So save as pattern 17. Pattern 17. So instead of printing column value, we are going to print something. What is that? Character representation. Character representation of, sir, is it 64 plus? 64 plus, it is required for if you want to print capital A. But for small a, what is that? Capital A Unicode number is 65, but for small a 97. So I can take 96 plus every time column value, not row value, every time column value. What is the reason? In row 1, how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it will take 96 plus 1, 97. Small a will be printed. Sir, in the next iteration, 96 will be added to 2, 98 B is going to be printed. To the 96, 3 will be added, C is going to be printed. So that is the reason column value. Now, py 17.py. It is my mistake. Py p17. p17.py ABCDE, ABCDE, ABCDE. What is the next pattern, boss? What is the next pattern? The next pattern is same pattern in a different way. Same pattern means which pattern? 16th pattern. Let us open. Is it opened already? No. Let me open 16th pattern. 16th pattern. Take the another copy of the same program. P18th pattern it was. Observe very carefully. What is the difference here? The difference is in every row, if it is a row 1, n value is a 5, n value is a 5, n times we are printing column value. That means 5 times. It is a row 2, even in the second row also, n times we are printing column value. It is a row number 3, n times we are printing column value. While coming to the 18th one, assume number of rows is 5. Assume number of rows is 5. Sir, this is a row 1. What we are printing? These are all column values. How many columns we have to print? Only one column. How many column values we are printing? 2 columns. How many columns? 3 columns. How many columns? 4 columns. That means in every row, am I printing n columns? Am I printing n columns? No. I am printing, if a row is 1, only one column you can print. If a row is 2, 2 columns only you should print. If a row is 3, 3 columns only you should print. Then what I have to do? Every column. How many columns we have to print? Not from 1 to n plus 1 based on the row number. If a row is 1, one column only. If a row is 2, 2 columns only. So let me run py 18.py, sorry, py p18.py sum 7. So I is not defined. What is the mistake I did? Sir, not I, it is a row. Not I, it is a row. Understood? Then what is the next pattern, boss? 19th pattern. So it is almost like 17, but here we are printing A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E in every row. But here, according to the row number, row 1, 1 column, row 2, 2 columns, row 3, 3 columns. So we can take 17th pattern. We will take save as a copy of this program. P 19th pattern, pattern 19th, where I have to modify. So in every row, we are not required to print n columns. We are required to print only row columns. We are required to print only row columns. That's it. Py p19.py 8. Is the point was clear? We will see the remaining patterns in the next session.